In this video, we're diving into the fates of the youngest, condemned in U.S. history. Ages 10 to 17, crimes that scream execution, cold-blooded killers, broken lives, stories to stop your heart. Join us, plunge into the void. Welcome to True Criminal. Number 1. George Stinney Jr., State, South Carolina. March 24, 1944. A 14-year-old black boy, George Stinney Jr. from Alcolu, South Carolina, accused of a savage act. 2 white girls, Betty June Binnicker, 11, Mary Emma Thames, 7, found dead, skulls crushed near a railroad track. Police said he confessed, alone, no lawyer, no parents, just a boy and their word. No hard evidence, yet an all-white jury convicted him fast. 10 minutes of deliberation, death. June 16, 1944, youngest executed in the U.S. that century. Electric chair dwarfed him, books stacked to fit his frame. Tears fell as 2,400 volts hit. In 2014, a judge called it a sham, racism, injustice. Too late, no last meal, no final words, just a cry, muffled under the hood. Number 2. Sean Sellers, State, Oklahoma. September 8, 1985. Sean Sellers, 16, snapped. Shot a clerk, Robert Bauer, dead in an Oklahoma robbery. On March 5, 1986, Sellers killed his mother and stepfather, Vonda and Lee Bellafato, while they were asleep in the bedroom of their Oklahoma City home. Sellers tried to disguise his guilt by arranging the crime scene to look as if an intruder had committed the killings. Sellers was sentenced to death in 1986. He appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court, but the court declined his appeal. On February 4, 1999, Sellers was executed by lethal injection. For his last meal, he chose pizza, fried chicken, and chocolate cake. Eyes on the witnesses, he whispered, "I'm at peace. Hope they are too." Number 3. Paula Cooper, State, Indiana. Paula Cooper, living in Gary, Indiana, along with 3 other girls, all under 18, planned to rob the home of Ruth Pelk, a 78-year-old Bible teacher. On May 14, 1985, they knocked on Pelk's door under the pretense of a Bible lesson. Once invited inside, Paula stabbed Pelk 33 times with a knife, resulting in her death. The group stole $10 in the victim's car. In 1986, Paula was sentenced to death, becoming the youngest person on death row in the U.S. at the time. Indiana law then allowed executions for children as young as 10. The case sparked international controversy, with over 2 million signatures petitioning for clemency, and even Pope John Paul speaking out against it. In 1988, the U.S. Supreme Court's Thompson v. Oklahoma ruling banned executions for those under 16 at the time of their crime. In 1989, the Indiana Supreme Court reduced Paula's sentence to 60 years in prison. While incarcerated, Paula earned her GED and took college courses. With time off for good behavior, she was released in 2013 after serving 26 years. However, in 2015, at age 45, Paula took her own life, reportedly due to depression, after struggling to reintegrate into society. Number 4. Joseph John Cannon, State, Texas. Joseph Cannon in Texas killed Ann Walsh, a woman he knew, while high on drugs. He stabbed and shot the victim, then fled but was quickly apprehended. Joseph had a history of childhood sexual abuse and drug addiction. Joseph was sentenced to death in 1977. He spent over 20 years on death row, during which he attempted suicide multiple times. Joseph requested a simple meal: a fried chicken sandwich, mashed potatoes with gravy, green beans, and a Coca-Cola. This was a common choice, indicating he didn't ask for anything elaborate. He was executed by lethal injection on April 22, 1998, at age 38. Before his death, Joseph apologized to the victim's family, saying, "I'm sorry for what I did. I hope they can forgive me. I'd like to say goodbye to my family and friends." Number 5. Michael Bargo, State, Florida. Michael Bargo, along with 4 accomplices, all under 20, lured 15-year-old Seth Jackson to a house in Summerfield. They beat, shot, and burned Jackson's body over a romantic dispute. Michael, the mastermind, fired the fatal shot. Michael was sentenced to death in 2013 at age 21, making him one of the youngest death row inmates in recent years. His accomplices received life sentences. As of March 14, 2025, Michael remains on death row in Florida. His case reflects the declining use of the death penalty in the U.S., though it persists in some states. Number 6. Glen McGinnis State, Texas. On August 1, 1990, a customer found Lita Wilkerson's body at Weiland Dry Cleaners in Conroe, Texas. A stack of jeans labeled McGinnis was on the counter and $140 was missing. The next day, Glen McGinnis was arrested at his aunt's nearby house with $15 and a .25 caliber pistol, the murder weapon. Charged with murder during a robbery on October 8, 1990, he was sentenced to death on July 30, 1992. His appeal was denied in 1994, and he was executed by lethal injection on January 25, 2000, without last words or a final meal request. Number 7. Charles Rumbaugh State, Texas. On April 4, 1975, 17-year-old Charles Rumbaugh killed jewelry store owner Michael Fillo, 58, during a robbery in Amarillo, Texas. Days earlier, he had robbed a motel in San Angelo for $350. With a prior criminal history, Rumbaugh was arrested, charged with capital murder, and sentenced to death after a trial in April 1976. He escaped jail in December 1975, but was quickly recaptured. On September 11, 1985, he was executed by lethal injection in Texas. Offered a last meal, he declined a special request. His final words were, "DJ, Lori, Dr. Wheat, goodbye. To the rest, I forgive your transgressions, as I hope you forgive mine. I'm ready to go." Number 8. Johnny Frank Garrett State, Texas. In 1981, 17-year-old Johnny Frank Garrett raped and murdered his 76-year-old neighbor, Sister Tadila Benz, a nun, in her convent near his home in Texas. Arrested on November 9, 1981, he was charged, tried, and sentenced to death. Despite a temporary reprieve in January 1992, following Pope John Paul II's clemency request, the death penalty was upheld after a hearing. Dr. Dorothy Otnow Lewis diagnosed him with multiple personalities due to childhood abuse. Garrett was executed by lethal injection on February 11, 1992, at age 28 in Huntsville, Texas. He requested strawberry and chocolate ice cream for his last meal and said, "Thanks to my family for their love. The rest of the world can kiss my ass." He was pronounced dead at 6:10 p.m. Number 9. Douglas Christopher Thomas, State, Virginia. On November 3, 1990 in Virginia, 17-year-old Douglas Christopher Thomas and his 14-year-old girlfriend Jessica Wiseman plotted against her parents who opposed their relationship. That night, Thomas entered the Wiseman home through a window with Jessica's help, shot and killed James Wiseman instantly, then killed Kathy Wiseman at Jessica's urging. After confessing, Thomas was sentenced to death, despite a failed defense request to change the trial venue due to media attention. Jessica, tried as a minor, received 7 years and was freed at 21. Thomas requested fried chicken for his last meal. Days before his death, he told the media, "Jessica got 7 years and is free, while I face the ultimate price for something we both did. I blame myself, but America shouldn't execute juveniles. It says we can't be rehabilitated." He was executed by lethal injection on January 10, 2000, at Greensville Correctional Center, with no official last words recorded.